Hi, I'm Alexander the Guy Dude, and this is...
Ruth the girl chick.
And today we're talking about ickle babies. So do you want children one day?
Yeah, I want children. I want 8 children.
Why? What's the reasoning behind that?
I just want them to all be like a little squad, like following me around everywhere. Just like if I wanted to do something, I could just ask one of them to do it.
So you want a workforce, you don't want children?
Yeah. Yeah.
What sort of things would you make them do?
One could cook the dinner, one could clean afterwards, maybe one could wash my hair from time to time, one could do the blow drying of the hair and the straightening, just all sorts of things.
So you want the 7 dwarfs from Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, basically?
Yeah.
I'd have like 3 children. I'd name them after the 3 amigos. It'd be sweet. I'd train them all differently though. One would be science, one would be arts, and one would be sports. So you'd get this, I'd get like the buffest one, if he's like proper ripped and stuff. Little baby 6-pack and stuff, comes out as a baby. I'd get the other guy science straight away. I'd just make him read constantly until he just cries in tears. He's got little stubby fingers from turning over the pages. He's got a bad back from stemming over.
But what would happen if all those kids, you train them to do those things, but they didn't want to do them, and they all, say like the science one wanted to actually do arts?
I'm not a parent or anything, but I assume that if you tell a child to do something, they'll do it. What? Am I missing something here? It's your child, right?
Yeah, but
it's not like it's an individual with its own choices and its own mind. It's going to do what I tell it to do. What do you think the bad points of having a child would be?
Childbirth. Definitely one of
childbirth, yeah, it's up there.
72 hours some people are in labour for. What would you do for 72 hours if you was in like pain, but you just couldn't go anywhere?
Well, you've answered your own question. I couldn't go anywhere, so...
What would you do?
Just stick it out. I'd maybe play computer games, read a magazine.
Just one.
This is from the point of view of a man right now.
Okay.
Just being like, I would have the power to read a magazine, of course. Don't know what all you women are worried about. If us men could do it, which thankfully we can't because we find out exactly how easy it is. I always think the bad point of having a child is if you have a shitty child. I mean, some people are bad parents, some people just do genuinely have antichrist children. You see them in the supermarket and they're just like booting people over and over, ramming into people. And some parents, you see their faces, they're just so unapologetic, they just don't care. And some of them, they look at you just like, save me. Save me. It's not really a child, it's a midget. He's working for a drug cartel. He's keeping us all hostage. That's the only reason I could think for letting your child behave like that. What do you think about child geniuses or like children that like save people from drowning, things like that? Or they're like a doctor at 7. I heard one kid, he's like proper young and he's already a doctor. Just makes me feel like absolute shit that I've accomplished so little with my life.
No, but they're so weird. They're always so weird. Like,
socially weird.
Yeah, they're not. There's something not quite right. Like I watched that thing, Child Geniuses, and the parents were just like every time they got something wrong, because they did like a competition at the end where they competed against different child geniuses. Every time they got something wrong, the parents would be like, "What are you doing?" Just like screaming at them. And they're just like playing with their toys, trying to play.
I think the name of the show should be Overly Controlling Parents.
Yeah.
Destroyed Child. Plenty of other names for that show. Child Geniuses.
You should just let children just run free. Do you know what I mean?
Well, physically.
No, not physically, but just like, do what they want.
And just like, I'm playing in the road, ma, because I want to be creative when I'm older. I'm playing in the road. Nobody else plays in the road. I'm a trendsetter. And you're like, go on, ma, baby. Do you remember being a child? Do you remember what that was like?
Not really, no.
You don't remember any of it?
Oh yeah, I remember some. What's a child though? What age is that from?
Are you seriously asking me what a child is?
Yeah,
up until 13, 14.
About 13. Yeah, I remember most of it.
You remember most of it?
Yeah.
What key events do you remember from that time?
Just weird things. Like there was always this memory of me just waking up on a Saturday morning really early, like 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why.
It's weird that those things stick in your memory and you've probably forgotten really atrocious things. You might have seen a dead body in the woods or something like that. Probably witnessed something really horrible. But then you just remember like eating a bowl of cornflakes and you're like... You just remember that. I remember being a child. My first memory is me just walking out into this brilliant white light and falling forward into a massive pile of snow. There's about 2 feet of snow outside my door, and all I can remember is white everywhere. It's like a beautiful memory I have. What sort of things do you wish that you had known when you were a child that you know now?
That everything is so expensive.
The appreciation for money.
Yeah, definitely. Just cleaning is just horrible. Things that you have to do when you're an adult. Paying bills, paying rent, just all of those things. But everyone does tell you about those things. They're like, when you get older, it's going to be so hard. But you're just like, no, I'll be fine.
You're just like, I don't give a damn. Yeah. I'm an explorer in the jungle right now. I've got an AK-47, a ton of bitches in the back of my truck. I'm about to stop Dr. Professor Evil off from destroying Manhattan. I couldn't give a damn what you got to say. Plus, you're old, and I don't care for that, because that's not cool.
I don't care for that. What would you wish?
I would take back with me my experiences now of being like self-assured, being a strong individual, and tell them to do that. I wish I had my mind and my reasoning and my debating skills that I have now to take back with me, and just like scare the fuck out of adults. I'd just do like, go to your room, and I'd write them an essay while I'm in my room about why I shouldn't be in my room. I'd just be like, well, it's not you. Stemming my creativity, you're destroying what could be a very creative person by making me do my homework. Eating peas, and I would find a really obscure essay that somebody had written, or like a research article about why peas are bad, and I'd reference that, stuff like that. Thanks for watching. If you don't subscribe, Satan will take your first child.